You dey fight like lion, keeping Biafra safe from Zion. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. We Simon Tekpa we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, I'll call no doubt. Enemies close, but we stand up tall. Together we rise, we no go follow. Oh, Mama Biafra, your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. In unity we go dey strive. Fight for freedom, we go alive. With courage and strength we dey fight. Mama Biafra, our guiding light. Your children they cry. Finland free our prime minister. We no go lie. Our enemy they try to annihilate. Free am now before it's too late. Freedom no be small something. Now waiting we dey demand without fronting. Biafra land we want them strong. Simon Ekpa, we go march along. From the east to the west we dey shout. Mama Biafra, yeah, oh, I call no doubt. Enemies close but we stand tall. Together we rise, we no go fall. jiri ndụ ya wee chụaja maka Biafra. Wee rọpụtara anyị onye ndu Simon Ekpa Ọbatobiye.
Witness me, I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children, the Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all these we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said.
The Fulani approach to the zoo called Nigeria is called the devil's alternative. Fulani, they have this two-pronged approach to the issue of one Nigeria. If they collapse you through banditry, they will overrun you because they believe they have superior weaponry. Right now, and all of them are in this game together. That's number one. If you sue for peace, which idiots like Omahi are doing, if you sue for peace, they will also get what they're looking for, because they will plant Ruga in every local government area. The devil's alternative, whichever option you choose, men are going to die. Men will die. It doesn't matter the option you choose. If you wait for them to do things peacefully, which they will never do, they are going to kill you anyway, because they'll be Ruga. And you allow them to forcibly take over your land, you are taken over, they will take it by force, and Fulani will plant their people in your local government areas. That in the next 100 years, you'll be hearing about Olo Emirates. And then we'll be like Hausa people. Our great-grandchildren will now ask their parents, what happened? They will tell, oh no, there was somebody called Hope Uzodinma. He was playing politics. He loved Nigeria. There was one called Umahi. He loves Fulani. He used to be our brother. But then we are gone. As a race, we are finished. And I said to these fools, Fulani Caliphate is dealing with you people, but you don't know it. They are like the vulture. Nigeria is pregnant. If Nigeria dies during the pregnancy, they benefit. Nigeria gives birth to their Ruga, which they want, a new Nigeria which they want, is also to their benefit. The only people aiding and abetting them are these quislings, the fulefus from the East, intellectuals, and sophisticated morons from the West.
It is left for the people to change a corrupt system. Don't leave it to God. Oliver Cromwell sacked King Charles I and cut off his head. You see English people, you see the British. Some of you don't know that they rebelled against their own government too. That is why today they advanced and developed. That's why today the House of Commons is sovereign, more or less, in terms of political power. The French people revolted, Americans revolted, Russians revolted, everywhere, even the Arab Spring. The only place without any uprising is in Black Africa, and that is why you are poor.
Unless you understand your role in society, you can never ever make any meaningful contribution. According to the Greeks, there are three types of people on this earth: the idiots, the tribesmen, and the citizens. People don't know the meaning of the word idiot. They think it's an insult. It's not an insult. When the Greeks used the word idiots, they did not use it as a curse word. Idiots are people who just do not care. That is the original meaning of the word. If they write exams, they will cheat. If they are in government, they will steal. An idiot does not care at all. If he eats banana, he throws the peel anywhere instead of putting it in a trash can. According to the Greeks, some societies have more idiots than tribesmen and citizens. As I used to say before, Nigeria is full of idiots. Idiots.
Most of you who claim you own businesses everywhere in Nigeria, For that reason, you want everybody to die. Nobody is above death. Death is going to visit everybody. Just have to pray that you live and make impact in this life. The impact that matters now, as far as Nigeria is concerned, is not the impact to make people millionaires. It is impact to make people to be alive. It is impact to make people to feel secure. It is impact to make people feel they are free. That is the biggest impact you can make. Millions are going to come. People will become millionaires when they are alive. Of what use is it? You make somebody millionaire today and tomorrow he died by gunshot from Fulani. Of what use will it be to the society? You pick up somebody and send him abroad and he come back to Nigeria and police will kill him. It is happening every day. Why do you want to continue to be part of a country like that? Why?
I want to make it very clear this evening that those who align with the Nigeria government to undermine the legitimate interests of Biafra people, especially in the liberation phase of Biafra, we are not going to allow them to have peace within Biafra territory. Because they are aligning with the enemy who killed our people and commit genocide in our land. And what they do is to fight against our common interest. We should not and can never be remorseful. We are going to deal with them decisively by uprooting those individuals who, by the pen, approve the invasion of Biafra land and making it possible for the Nigeria terrorist security agencies to lay siege on Biafra soil. Regardless of their status, we don't engage later after Biafra has gotten its independence. The idea of the struggle, of the face of this struggle at this point, is to liberate Biafra holistically. Because if we don't do it now, it may undermine the development of Biafra when we go into the second phase of the civil war, with the internal civil war after Biafra independence. And we cannot allow that to happen. We have the potential to develop at the fastest rate, more than any country in the world. These people must be driven out of Biafra land and never to set their foot on Biafra soil.
State administrators, those that feel they do not want to follow the path of Obatopie, we also welcome them to quietly and peacefully leave the United States of Biafra. Biafra promotes freedom of association. You are free to go with whomever you want to be with. That is a basic right. We are not going to take it away from you. You are free to associate yourself with whom you want to. But what we are not going to allow is being able to disrupt what we are doing. Being able to use the platforms established by Obotobie to promote your chaos and your divisive nature. Allowing you to use the plans, the maps, the regions that Obatobie has set up to continue to disorganize, disinform our people. We are not going to allow you to do that. But as long as you following whoever calls you on the phone privately, it is okay to go with those individuals. And Biafrans, we truly support you to do that. That is called freedom of association, which United States of Biafra guarantees. There are charters that we signed during our declaration in Finland. And one of that is the basic human right of individuals to associate with whomever they want to. But you cannot do that under the United States of Biafra. There is only one United States of Biafra. Under one command, His Excellency the Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, represented by my humble self, Dr. Orabueze. Anything outside this, we wish you luck, but please leave any platform that either myself or Obatobia has established. You can inquire from whoever you want to be with. They have their own platform. They have where they are doing their own little shenanigans. You can join them there. We wish you luck, but do not be in the platform established by the United States of Biafra and be causing your havoc. On that note, I thank all the state executives.
Fighting a war, knowing the difficulties, the odds against us, there is an element of fatalism, people feeling, well, if the world chooses to abandon us, then perhaps it is better we all perish. They don't ever consider a Biafra not free. They believe in either Biafra free or no Biafra at all. That means none of us living to see it.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on this morning program. I appreciate everyone that has connected to this program wherever you are connecting from. If you are watching us from TikTok, I appreciate you. I welcome you. If you are watching from Facebook, I welcome you equally. And those who are with me here on YouTube, where I am hosting this program, I appreciate every one of you and I welcome you to this morning program. As always, you know that this platform stands for the United States of Biafra under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and on the supreme command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Today, under the control and command of the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze. That is where we stand. In this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We don't come here to preach hate. We do not come to this platform to attack people or individuals. We don't come here to attack any race or religion. What we do strictly is to present the case of Biafra before the whole world. To bring out the true situation of things in Biafra land. To speak the truth and nothing but the truth. To expose the war, the criminality, the atrocities of Nigerian government in Biafran territory against the Biafrans and against Nigerians as well. There are so many things that are happening that are not being spoken about. The conventional media will not report it. The international media will not report it. And there are no investigative journalists that are on the ground to bring out these issues to the world. That is why we have taken it upon ourselves to use our little platform to speak with our little voice. You never can tell. It will go a long way to educate people, and those we educated will educate others. And somehow, someone out there is going to hear our voice and know the true situation in Nigeria and in Biafra land in particular. This morning program is always an interactive section, a section where we come to interact with each other. That is why when you go to the comment section, you are going to see a link there. All you need to do is to click the link and join me. As long as you're with me on the Vidhaba channel on YouTube, you have the right to use the link and come into the program. Ask your question, make your contributions, state your opinion, you are entitled to that. There is no restriction. The only thing that qualifies you to join me on this platform is for you to be a human being. As long as you're a human, use that very link on the comment section and come in, express your opinion. It is very important that you appear in person and explain your opinion so that we can know that we are talking to a human, because sometimes you see some people come to I see some comments on the comment section, and I cannot be able to say if those writing those comments are human or not. Some disgusting questions, some distractions, some unnecessary comments, some insult. I know that there are no sane human being that will be doing such. And that is why I prefer you to come into the program and ask your question. In this platform, we don't come here to insult people, to attack people, to dehumanize people. It doesn't matter what your own ideology is. You are entitled to your opinion. All we do in this platform is to disagree, to agree. If you have a superior argument, it's an opportunity for you to come in and bring in your superior argument. As we continue to go on, there are people who are watching us across the world. More especially the members of the cabinet of Biafra government are watching. And whatever sensible argument you bring in this platform will be noted. You never can tell. You might be the one that will make that change that everybody wants. So that is why I urge people to use that opportunity. Instead of constituting nuisance in the comment section, you come in and make your comments, state your case, and explain to us why you are taking the direction you are taking. Everyone in this platform, we are all respectful. We don't attack people. We don't insult people in this platform. You are all welcome, whether you are one Nigerianist, whether you have a different opinion or different ideology, whether you belong to Mr. A or Mr. B. We do not care. What we care about is our freedom, humanity, to redeem and save humanity, more especially in the contraption called Nigeria. The inhuman treatment of the indigenous of that very citizens of that very country, more especially the Biafrans, who are from the old southeastern region, had their country, a country that existed from 1967 to 1970, fought a brutal war, which could be translated as a genocide, that the whole world ganged up against Biafrans, and no one has been held accountable up to today. They have continued on that same line of thought and continue to push on that genocide and attack against Biafrans up to this moment as you're watching this video. And that is why we said enough is enough. We can't be silent. In as much as nobody wants to report our case, we have to take it upon ourselves to make the report. And I thank you, that so many of my comrades are doing wonderfully well on their own path. Every one of us have different ideology, different calls, and different directions on how the gospel is being spread. But the most important thing that there are thousands and thousands of platforms where the situation of Biafra is being discussed. My fellow Biafrans, to remind you once again, in this platform, this is the United States of Biafra platform. And we are strictly standing with the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, to make sure that the project and foundation laid down from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to Mazi Simon Ekpa is being carried out until we are completely free and Nigeria leave Biafra land by all means possible. The United States of Biafra already, as you know, has been declared on the 29th of November, 2024. It doesn't matter whether you agree with it or you don't agree with it. Who cares? It is our freedom. It is about our land. It is about our future. It is only we that will decide our fate. And we have taken our fate into our own hand and we have decided that never again in this zoological republic. And that is why Biafrans have walked away. And today, We are pursuing and seeking recognition and full restoration of Biafra on the ground, and we will not stop. We will not stop. It does not matter what the enemies are doing. It doesn't matter their strategies. It doesn't matter their attack tactics. We will not stop. Every one of you can agree with me that the enemies of Biafra have changed their tactics. Every one of you can agree with me that today the enemy have intensified in their attack because they know what is coming. They know what is coming. And because they know what is coming, that is why they are fighting more than ever. That is why they are doing everything in their part to attack us, to bring us down, to push blackmail and propaganda against us. And remember, when you see massive attack on you, when you see people talking about you, that it means there is something very important and significant in you. If you have nothing to offer, people are not going to be jealous of you. If you have nothing to offer, people are not going to talk about you. But when you see people talking about you, trying to bring you down, pushing you right, left, and center, there is something in you, and you must guide and protect that thing before they destroy it. Each and every one of us as an individual, anytime you begin to see threats and attack against your personality, watch out. Either in your job, among your friends, in your family, when you begin to see massive attack against you, and it seems that everybody hates you, look and look again. There is something special in you that they have seen, that even you might not see. The attack against the children of Chukwuka Gabiama have increased, but that is not going to deter us from focusing on that which matters, our freedom. The freedom of every single soul in that contraption called Nigeria. I have said it time and time again that our pursuit for freedom is not a selfish one. There is something in us they have seen. That is why today they have raised the standard of the attack. They have raised their blackmail inside and outside. And Mazen Nande can capture it well and said, whenever they are attacking you, watch out. It is because you have something to offer.
If not, that means you're not doing anything. If nobody is chasing you to arrest you, that means you're not a freedom fighter. If nobody is trying to stop what you're doing, that means that what you're doing is not effective.
You have heard it from the Supreme Leader. When you see the situation of our Prime Minister today, you will understand that the Prime Minister got the attack he got, not just because he is Mazi Simon Epa, not just because he's a Biafran, not just because he's living in Finland. It is because there is something special in him. They know he's equal to the task. That is why all the enemies of Biafrans, enemies of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they all united together and forged a front and launched the attack against our Prime Minister. And I bet you their target was his life, but unfortunately they lost out. And I bet you, regardless what they do, what they say, and the angle they are coming from, they are not going to stop us. They will not stop us. Biafra is going to be free. Biafra is going to be free. Today, I have chosen a topic which says, happening now, state of Biafra, United States of Biafra, move to take charge of its territory as the law demands. Every Biafran that is watching this program, I hope you were able to watch the cabinet meeting yesterday, which was covered live. I streamed it on this very program. If you have not watched it, please, after the end of this program, take time to go and watch. I know it's a very long program, though with time I'm trying to go, I will try and cut out some important parts and share it so that people who do not have the patience to go on a long program can be able to watch those short clips. But yesterday was outstanding. You know, each time when I come out here and I tell you that the government of Biafra is busy, you wouldn't understand. Each time when I come here, I tell you that the government of Biafra is busy. Very, very busy. Some of you do not understand. But from what transpired yesterday, you can now understand that truly the government of Biafra is busy. Those who are watching me from Facebook, let me know if you can hear me clearly. I see a message from Onyema Kelly. We are not hearing you. Onyema Kelly, you say you're not hearing me. I don't know why you're not hearing me. You are the only one complaining on that side. So I want those who are watching on Facebook, please send me a message and let me know if you can hear me as I continue on the program. Every other area I think is well. Those in TikTok can hear me clearly. Those who are watching me from YouTube where I'm hosting the program can hear me very clear. So if you're not hearing me on Facebook, please write a message and let me know so I can solve that problem. My fellow Biafrans that are watching any place you are watching from, if you had watched the program yesterday, you will understand that the government of Biafra is focused. The United States of Biafra government under our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi She is very, very busy and doing what she has to do. Regardless all the distractions, regardless all the name calling, regardless all the attack, regardless all that you can hear and see from all angles, yet she is not distracted. Yesterday was amazing, amazing, and amazing. And as many people have been requesting on this very platform, some have been saying that the government should get more serious, government should do this and do that, government should take over, government should react. Your government has never been idle. This is a very young nation that is just about some few months ago. It's about 2 months old or so. And you can agree with me that we have a lot of responsibilities. And I bet you, from the very moment the declaration was made, the members of cabinet has not had rest. More especially, the Deputy Prime Minister has been very busy working on the recognition by other international communities and also focusing on the full restoration on the ground. And if you have watched the broadcast of yesterday, the cabinet meeting yesterday, you will see that most of the bills that were passed yesterday was mainly on the restoration on the ground. Going forward, a lot of things are going to happen in Biafra land. In as much as we know, it is going to come with challenges. And I bet you the government of Biafra is equal to the task. The only thing that is needed today is your cooperation. Your cooperation is highly needed. You must continue to support the United States of Biafra now than ever. For us to maintain that mandate, it needs your support. No single person can do it alone. The United States of Biafra government cannot do it alone on their own without your support. You are the government. Every little support you give to the government will go a long way. When you see all those bills that were passed yesterday, Some of you will be asking, how is it going to be reinforced? How is it going to be enforced? What is going to be the consequences and all that? The answer is still with you. The defense of Biafra land must be made stronger than ever. And the United States of Biafra is working towards that. The defense of Biafra land must be made stronger than ever. The Liberation Army of Biafra must be equipped stronger than ever. They must be equipped stronger in equipment. They must have new reinforcement. And that is where every one of us has to come in. The plan and the strategy have already been laid down by the government of Biafra. You, that is a citizen of Biafra, you have a role to play. The government have drawn the map and made it clear. For you to understand that the government is not stagnant. I have said it time and time again. That the government of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko, that is run today by the Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, is focused and has never, at any point in time, been stagnant. Just like Mazi Simon Ekpa did during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The purpose of kidnapping Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was to make sure that they halt the restoration of Biafra. Maybe you have forgotten. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the purpose of kidnapping him was to stop the declaration of Biafra. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, at a point, he made it very, very clear. He didn't miss word. He made it clear that after the 150 days prayers, that we are going to march. No matter the number of people we have, which he called for only 100 men, that we are going to march. That let the rest come and follow later on. And we started the journey of that prayer. And you remember, before we could get to the end of that prayer, the enemy struck. They kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. An extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria. And when they did that, they rejoiced. They first of all announced it in Hausa, in Asoro. They announced it in Hausa to their people, and they were rejoicing. They have ended Biafra. And our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, came out and said, you haven't even started. You have made your greatest mistake by taking away our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And Simon Ekpa took an oath and said that we are going to make the kidnap of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu useless in the hand of the zoo. And we cannot just fold our hands and say Biafra will no longer come. No, focus on their channel attention on only talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because that's what they wanted us to do. They wanted us to focus on discussing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, begging them for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and then forget about the issue of Biafra. And Mazi Simon Ekpa was right. Then Mazi Simon Ekpa brought a strategy. In that strategy, it was to pursue Biafra earnestly with higher speed and also demand for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that we all did. That we all did. We began to engage. We were not only asking for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we were pushing for the restoration of Biafra, because we know that what we guarantee the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. Once the Biafra flag is raised, the genuine release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is Biafra. There is no way you can be talking about genuine freedom for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without Biafra, because every one of us know what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wants. Every one of us know why he's kidnapped. Every one of us know why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an enemy in Nigeria. It is because he wants Biafra. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not ready to hands off the demand for the restoration of independent state of Biafra. In fact, in an interview, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it's either Biafra or that. It's either he gets Biafra or he dies in the course of pursuing Biafra. And when you hear such statement from such a man with innermost integrity, pure as white as snow, what will be ringing in your mind? You should know that the best way to set him free is to give him Biafra. Mazi Simon Ekpa took it upon himself with all of you here and Biafrans, and we fought and fought and fought. The Janjaweed fought as well, using the inside enemy and the outside enemy to make sure that we halt the pursuit of Biafra and begin to focus on Mazi Nnamdi. But we did not. We continue to focus on the restoration of Biafra, and at the same time, on Mazi Nnamdi. And you can see how far we have gone with that tactics. With that tactics, you can see where Biafra is today. We are not only pursuing. The government of Biafra was established. The military of Biafra was established. The money was established. The banks were established. A full government structure was established, including our map. As if that is not enough, Biafra was also declared. And while we were marching into declaration, they have said it that Mazi Simon Ekpa is not stopping. Instead of stopping, he's increasing his speed. They made their greatest move, played their last card through international diplomacy, and they stopped Mazi Simon Ekpa. They restricted him. Up to this moment, they restricted Mazi Simon Ekpa, and they thought that that will stop the declaration. And as always, just as Mazi Simon Ekpa said, that we cannot stop pursuing Biafra because they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In the same manner, Dr. NgoziOrabueze continued and said, we cannot stop the declaration because they took away our Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa. On the same template, she continued. Just like Mazi Simon Ekpa responded, she responded in the same manner. And that is why when I see people that are having their doubt, I begin to wonder. You have seen the message that was sent to her. And Mazi Simon Ekpa made it clear that left for him, he cannot be able to vouch for the capacity of those who are there to continue to pursue. But he said, that is his opinion, that the final decision lies on Dr. NgoziOrabueze, the Deputy Prime Minister, to decide either to go ahead with declaration or to withdraw, because he knows the consequence of the declaration and what is going to come with it. And she took that very bold step to make declaration against all odds. These are two similar situations, and she was able to pull it off. And today, look at where we are. Even in the time of taking away Mazi Simon Ekpa, just as we did with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we do not continue to fold our hands and cry about Mazi Simon Ekpa alone without pursuing the restoration of Biafra, which is the reason why he was taken out. Just like we did during the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we did not just fold our hands and begin to say, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We forged ahead to pursue Biafra. Today again, the same scenario. Why they are holding our Prime Minister, we are forging ahead. Why are you still having a doubt if we are on the right path or not? Just as the Deputy Prime Minister said on the video I played, you have the right to make your choice where you belong. You have the freedom of association. It is one of the charter that we signed, and nobody is going to stop you from taking such decision. But I bet you, whatever decision you take today, just have in mind that you have to be prepared and ready to face the consequence of your actions. There will be a consequence for any decision that you make. There is going to be a consequence, and you must be prepared to follow it. But from yesterday's program, if you have watched it, you would know that the government is focused. That doesn't mean we are ignoring our Prime Minister. And that doesn't mean we will fold our hands and wait until when he comes. We have to prepare the way. Just like our Prime Minister prepared for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that even if Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out today, the job is already done. All he has to do is to make declaration. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will not come out and begin to broadcast like he does before. In the same manner today, the Deputy Prime Minister is continuing on that foundation to hold it on until Mazi Simon Ekpa or Mazi Nnamdi Kanu joins in, and we continue from there. That is the right step. It is not enough to come and push propaganda and blackmail and distract people when you have nothing to put in the table. And I would like you to begin to ask questions. those who are focusing their attention on distraction, gossip, and propaganda, ask them what is their proposal and what do they have on the table. I welcome my beloved brother Christian. Thank you so much for joining. And my beloved brother Chusky, I welcome you.
Morning.
Christian,
yes, brother Chus, morning. Yes, nice to see you. It's been a while, though. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard you say something that the PM, I don't know, I didn't quite get it. You said that the PM asked the CEO to, that it was up to her, something like that. I don't know. What was that? Can you explain a little bit?
Okay. Maybe you've not, that's the message that was sent to her from the PM.
Recently?
Not recently, during that period of time, the message that was delivered by the same woman that they approached on their program, they presented. That was a message.
But was it after the declaration, is it?
No, before the declaration. That was a message that was sent. So because of all these propagandas and blackmail, she has to release that message. The deputy prime minister have to expose the message. So in that message, the message says, that message says that left for him, that as a person, that his suggestion is that the declaration should be postponed. But the decision does not lie on him because he's not out there. That the decision lies on the deputy prime minister.
Wow. But sorry, was he already inside or was he already restricted?
Yeah. That's when he was restricted before the declaration.
He was restricted before the declaration.
Exactly. That was when he sent that message. The same time he made it clear that the deputy prime minister is in charge and the surrogate. Right. He said that was when he sent that message. But when the deputy prime minister was bringing out the message, she only brought out the message where Mazi Samuel appointed her as a surrogate. And she left the other side of it because she felt it's not important. The way she explained, she said she felt it's not important and it's going to discourage a lot of Biafrans. After going a long way to prepare for the declaration, and if they see such message, it might demoralize many people. Then she kept that message aside. But in that message, it says that the decision lies on her to decide to continue or not, because the prime minister is not present. But he was only making his own personal suggestion.
Yeah.
She came out, she now called a meeting with the cabinet and now proceeded on that. So later on, these people begin to blackmail her. They said that she took a decision. Huh?
That she took a decision on her own, or what?
No, not that she took a decision. They said that she tampered with the message that Mazi Samuel was sent.
Okay.
That was how they twisted the narrative. They said that she tampered with the message that Mazi Samuel was sent. Then she came out to clear that thing and brought out the full message.
Okay.
Now, told them that if they feel that wasn't the message that was sent, now they should present their own, because the same message was sent to their own leader, about 4 other people.
Okay.
Everybody had a copy of the message. So when you say that she didn't bring out the right message, if you have the right one, why don't you now present the right message?
Let's make comparison. Let's compare.
Let's compare. So none of them did it, though she has to bring out the full message to clear this more to Biafrans.
Wow. So I didn't see it. I mean, I don't see everything, but
I know you are very busy most of the time.
But it's interesting, and I think that is behind us now. Quite frankly, we've gone past that now, because Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, she has assumed this position, and I think is more like a natural. It feels natural for her, this position. And like I said the last time we spoke, that was like last week ago. I said that Biafra actualization, this movement is a project in the hand of God. Though we as human beings, we are like a tools in His hand, right? the Mazina, the Kano, the Samonekpa, now the Dr. Ngozi. So we're just like a two, but in overall scheme of things, he's the one piloting it. So he's making, so these things are not happening in a vacuum, you know. So she's just the right person in this time frame. And you can see how much every day she gets better. Every day she gets better. She gets more confidence in her skin. It just feels natural, like a natural place for her. So I don't know if Biafrans at this point in time don't see that, don't realize it. That is sad because, yeah, she's just the right person doing the right thing at this moment. And we just have to, if you genuine Biafran who desire the freedom of Biafrans, having gone through so much. So this is it. I feel like she's gonna get this thing done. I don't feel that. That is me personally. I think she will get it done, and we have to keep supporting and with patience too, because things don't happen overnight, right? So, but I am very convinced. Never been so convinced that yeah, everything is working out, and yeah. So that is just the situation. Well, was it yesterday? I watched your program. I couldn't come in, but I was following. Then there's this brother who emphasized on something, a video that I saw like a week ago in Anambra State. So it gives me joy that I wouldn't say I'm not alone, but then there are other Biafrans who uses their brain, who thinks deeply. So that gives me a great joy, you know, and that is why we are different to an extent, because I always make reference to the fact that a guy like Buhari, he contested 3 times. He contested presidential election 3 times, and we turned him down. We turned him down 3 times because we know whom he is. So however he came in, by hook or crook, whatever, but we just did not accept it. We just didn't buy it because we know that he's a jihadist. He's a Islamic fundamentalist. He has nothing to offer than terrorism. Okay? So it's but then when I saw this video like last week ago, it was like a story building, or maybe 2-story building, if I recall. Then there's this bulldozer truck breaking it down. Then the camera, they also showed a young, I suppose a Biafran guy, tied down, tied to the ground. And again, so these are the things they show. And they also showed should I say hole or grave? I don't know, they call it grave, whatever. And that was it. And when I saw it like last week, I was like, wait a minute. What is this all about? These don't mean nothing. What's going on? Now they said that the young man that was tied down kidnapped a woman, a businesswoman, extorted money from her, killed the child or something like that. And I was like, okay, who is this woman? Where are the family members? Or there's just nothing. And knowing what I know about this criminal so-called representative of Biafrans, the Soludos of this world, the Hopus of the they will stop at nothing. These are desperate guys. Now, I'm not trying to say that in Biafra that we may not, I'm not trying to say that we don't have or may not have disgruntled young people who are the solution, right? With the whole system, with the whole Nigerian system that cares about nobody but themselves. The politician cares nothing about anybody but themselves. So I'm not trying to say that it's not possible that there may be children who will engage, young people who will engage in criminality. No, far from it. But at the same time, we have to circumspect, because these guys have shown, these politicians that was imposed on Biafrans, they are not our choice. They were imposed. They have shown over the years that they will stop at nothing to gain power and to maintain power. And the election is coming. Soludo, probably, because, like I said, there was not enough evidence to confirm what went on. You know, they just show this building and it's being destroyed, and they show a young man tied down. What? That don't mean nothing. as desperate as they are, they can do anything. They create this. They can cook up anything. So that's my point. In a normal situation, they should be able to explain, elaborate, show us the family of the woman that was kidnapped. Show us. So a guy was saying these things on your program yesterday, and I was so impressed. I was really impressed that there are people who think outside the box. You can't let them continue to bamboozle you with lies and manipulation because they think that the rest of us are stupid. We don't have brain. Purpose of them some years, maybe, I don't know, 2-3 years ago, during the election campaign, his governorship election, he was cooking up stories, lies, telling the youth who were gathered in the stadium or the place that he has contracted European Union, and that they were going to provide him with, I think, 100 or 1,000, I don't know exactly. Yeah, for the youth, Biafran youth, that they will go to Europe with working visa, blah, 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 blah. But it's all lies. It's a fabrication. But guess what? He's not held to account. Nobody is asking him, so how far? Where are these youths? Have they gone now? So why did you? Because these things, they don't know what the things they commit, because the Nigerian system allows them to do this shit and they get away with it. So they can just do anything. So based on and many other instances, right? So I can't put anything past Soludo, who has failed woefully. There's nothing, Professor, I don't know. He has absolutely nothing to show so far in his tenure, and he knows the election is coming. He knows that the Anambrans, they are disillusioned with him, his government. He hasn't done nothing, so he has to cook up something to keep the people busy and assume that he's working. He's going after kidnappers. He's going after personally, I don't trust them because they've shown that they are not trustworthy. Why would I trust them? So like I say, when I saw the guy yesterday, I was really happy about the fact that people are thinking vastly enough, and that's all we just need to do. We begin to use our brain so that we don't get manipulated easily, So obviously, yeah, but Dr. NgoziOrabueze has to be supported wholeheartedly because she's doing the right thing. She makes it. It's not. It takes time, and it's not an easy journey. But at the same time, we must keep pushing because nobody is going to hand you freedom on a platter. Nobody, absolutely nothing. Nobody's going to do that. You have to show by persistent pushing that you really want to be a free people. So that is the situation, my brother. So, nice to be with you this morning.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. And as we are saying, yesterday was a very important program that was held. It was a cabinet meeting which was televised and everybody saw it. Many bills were passed, and those bills were to strengthen the restoration of Biafra, and that shows that the government of Biafra is not going back or looking backwards. It is forward ever and backward never. So in those bills, I think maybe we're going to talk about some of them, and to educate Biafrans also, and for people to know what is coming, that the government is ready to do everything humanly possible to keep the ball rolling. Chusky, are you there? Are you there, Chusky? If you're there, let's hear from you, Chusky.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my beloved brother. You're welcome.
Okay, I'm very grateful to join you this morning, sir.
Good to see you.
Okay, I want to say something before I make one or two contributions. You see the statement of Gumi. I know it's on the social media right now, that Governor Hope should arm the Igbo youth to go and fight IPOB. I don't know whether you have come across such statements.
No, I've not seen it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
It's all over the place, sir.
Okay.
Gumi said that the governors of the Southeast should arm their people to fight against IPOB. And I want to tell you that they have started it already. which means they had that meeting before now. Go to Anambra State now. You will find out that Governor Soludo formed out a security outfit that he called Udogachi. You know that these security people, they lay ambush on the bush where our men, some of our men are staying. They will just go down there and lay ambush and be waiting for anybody that will be coming out. And I think they have started killing some of our men now. There is something that I posted on our listing. I asked you to go and find out, verify. I posted in our listing, group, your group listing. I said, go and verify. Let me find out the truth. So these guys are really, that's antecedent of using us to fight us is what they are implementing now. So I want to call on our COS to know the next thing to do. There are something that I don't need to say here. Maybe I need to. There's something that I'm thinking that we should do in order to checkmate these guys. Why? Because the truth is that they are succeeding gradually in what they are doing. What the video I posted you, there is a particular market in also side also in Awidemile side. That market was shut down before because of the activities of but people. I saw this. Those guys, those Udogachi people, they came to the market. They were urging them to come out to be doing their buying and selling. And the guy who was talking there said that he ran away from the community for more than 3 years, and now he came home with governments that if he's warning the women that if they are aware that their children is among those guys inside the bush, that they should warn them straightly to desist themselves. So I'm asking myself, does it mean that these guys, they don't want Biafra or what? What is their goal of doing this? What is their aim of fighting against their brothers? So we should know what to do about that, sir. So that is what I want to say. Then, like I told, like initially now, you know, when all this saga of where to go started, God knows I have never joined the wrong path. Normally before now, I followed you. I followed the Vam. These two of you that I don't play. And the Biafra Unite. You can see Biafra Unite just sneak inside. Because Biafra Unite seems to be a very good guy. Since he has started understanding that there is something going on. So he never wanted to come and say anything again until he is convinced what is happening. Until he is convinced what is happening. So this I don't joke with you. I don't joke with Sonia Aparawa. Vam. I don't even know who Sonia Aparawa is. Then I don't joke with Biafra Unite. So when these things happened, when I joined Vam program 2 times, sir, the way that man does makes me to know that man is not a steadfast human being. He joined Biafra struggle because of what will enter his pocket, sir. Go and quote me. Go and quote me anywhere. He joined it for selfish reasoning. Not that he's fighting for Biafra the way you are doing. I don't know whether you are getting. Go and quote it anywhere. Because when somebody tries to instigate words in your mouth, you know that something is wrong. When I will be giving updates for what is happening here, the way and his reactions, my brother, tell them, you know, the way you're trying to instigate something that, because me, I will say what I know. I cannot frame anything. I must say it the way it is. And there is nothing you will do to make me to change my words or make me to succumb to deceiving people, you understand? So I now understand that the guy is truly hypocritical. So, and I decided to like follow you, not even knowing that before now our PM has already made NgoziOrabueze the surrogate already. Thank God for documentary. Thank God for documentary. Because if not the documentary, how would Biafra knows the truth now? They wouldn't have known the truth. This morning I was watching Okute. You know, before now, people were accusing Ogenkere. He was like, he never know what to do. He just like, he never want to, whether is that these people telling the truth. This morning he came out with his own bombshell, telling Biafrans that Okenkere betrayed our prime minister. That the investigation has been fully conducted. He mentioned Okenkere, he mentioned Ojukwu's wife, he mentioned Peter Mba. So these are how they conspire in order to collect $150 billion from Nigerian government in order to indict our prime. That is why when he was calling to come and do account, our prime minister would have detected that such amount of money is right there. And he would have asked questions. What is this money doing here for? How come? So in order not to make him ask that questions, he refused to come and do that account. That is why he's running that time. He never wanted to do account. It's just because he knew the amount of money that has been spent into that in order to indict our prime minister. So he thought he's going to succeed, but he has already failed. We have to move on. We have to move on. Then another thing I wanted to point out here is that is what Adadorama is saying few days. I think that should be yesterday or a few days ago. I come across it. He was talking about, our men on ground has been decentralized, but still there is a need that we have the general of all of them, which Butuzo, I think he's suggesting, is the one that Obatobie made general. So that we should...
Please, Chusky, let us not discuss about... Let us not discuss about men on the ground on this very program. We don't have to talk about issues.
Okay, thank you, sir. No problem. So
especially, let us not talk about anything that has to do with the men on the ground. Who is it? No. Just as I always preach, we are focused on supporting and building the institution, the United States of Biafra. That is our focus. Go ahead.
It's okay. So,
you calling from homeland?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yes, sir. Right from Olosa.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that Biafrans, we should all put our hand on deck to support our COS and to also continue to be advocating for Biafra fully restoration, because some people are not convinced yet. Something that is impossible. Because where I was eating a few days ago, I discussed about this with a very learned man, an elderly man who witnessed what really happened during the Biafran war. So the man was like saying some negative things, which I never queue and believe with him. I just keep silent. I said, okay, I pray you be alive and see how Biafra is fully restored. So we should continue our alliance. That is very, very important. Make sure that we have a strong alliance with other countries that are really in support of them, that are not corrupt, that Nigeria people cannot bribe them. You can see what is happening with our prime minister right now and the Nigeria. If not the way you people are shouting and everybody is shouting, Nigeria would have succeeded in bribing them. Yeah, because of their reputation. So they are now trying to sneak in. They don't want to compromise any longer. So we should also continue to say it to the hearing of the world, any slight thing, because I heard sometimes that they were attacking our prime minister, that we should not be talking against Finland, that Finland did this, Finland did that, Finland do that, that Finland supported Biafra in this, they fed the children. Yes. Then the number of people that was alive then, are they still the people that is alive today? The answer is no. Those people that fed our Biafran children then, those people that really give us to Biafran then, it's just a history. They are not the people, it's true they are answering Finland. They are not the people that is alive. You can have, even, okay, let's give example, during the time of Jesus Christ, during the time of Pharaoh, Joseph. Joseph find favor in the hands of Pharaoh, the one that really made him governor, give him in charge of everything about the Egypt. Until that Pharaoh died, another Pharaoh come out and started fighting against the people of Israel. Such a thing doesn't happen. So we should not really use what happened in the past to have 100%. We have to be trading with caution. You understand? Yes, we have to be trading with caution. We will be closing one eye and looking them and open one eye. So any slightest bad step we find out, we start shouting and work against, because all we know is that our prime minister did not commit any known offense anywhere. They themselves fought for their freedom. Now I know why every time our prime minister will be saying something, he will give account of Finland. That is when he started planning what is coming up. He will always talk about the history of Finland. He would tell that Finland fought and fought. You know, understand? He will talk about Vietnam, the way they fought United States of America. So we Africans should not be different when we come out to say we want to protect ourselves, that these people are coming to kill us. We don't. Do we have to stand and be watching them? We need to defend ourselves, otherwise they will wipe us out. Like I told you, I confided in you that the reason why they took our prime minister out, they thought they will use that time frame to come and wipe our men on the ground out, to kill Biafrans. But they never know they will not succeed. They never know they will not succeed at all.
Master, I would like to ask him a question, if you don't mind.
Okay, sir.
Let him finish.
Go ahead, sir. You can go ahead, sir. Okay. So what I'm trying to say now, let me just conclude, is that we should support our COS. He's really doing a wonderful work, and we should ignore any propaganda like you've given us. Since you just told us that any information that is not coming from the government official handles, we should ignore. Please, I'm applying to all Biafrans that they should also do the
ignore. Yeah.
They should ignore any message, any information that does not come from Biafra government handles. Please, thank you, Biafrans, and we'll continue. We'll move until we achieve our restoration.
Now, yeah. So, bro, my glasses is not. Is that Chucky? Okay. Yeah. So my question is, this Gumi guy, a confirmed terrorist enabler, or financer or coordinator, whatever, is a confirmed one. There's no missing word about that. So does our people, wait, does our people, Nalibo or Biafra, as a, do they understand that when Gumi make this statement that they should equip Igbo youth to fight against people, do they understand these people, like you just said, whom that is being used by Hope Uzodimma or Soludo or whatever? Do they understand why Gumi is doing what he's doing? Do they have any idea? Because I can explain to you, I can explain to everybody why Gumi is doing what he's doing. Yeah, the brain, the actual aim behind it. So, but does our people really, do they understand that? That is my question to you. Because on the ground.
But let me tell you something. Have you ever watched the confession of the man that kills for Abacha, Sergeant Rogers? Have you ever listened to his confession?
Probably not, or I don't know. Maybe not in full.
Sergeants, during that time that they are killing people, when they are assigned to go and kill, Sergeant Rogers said that they believe they are protecting Nigerians. That the information they are giving them is that there are people that is coming to invade Nigeria. They will go and kill them. They will tell them that this person has planned to attack Nigeria, that they should go and kill them. So what
don't use that word.
Nigeria. Do you understand? So the reason why these people are succeeding is that when they call this our Igbo guys, they will brainwash them. Right? They will tell them how impossible to achieve Biafra.
There's like the governors, the Soludos, and
the governors. Yes,
and they have the money to fight, and they have money.
Like the man that told me, the man that tried to convince me, said that when the war was ended, that they said no victor, no vanquish. You see what he's using to convince me now. If not that, because I'm somebody who is optimistic, that once they said that no victor, no vanquish, that if that was not accepted, that by now the Biafran would have liberated, because the war will still be continued. Then maybe international body will not come in. So I believe that these guys, the governors who call these people, they will brainwash them. They will tell them that these people that, and secondly, there is an information that those that living in those also, there is a guy that came out on social media that come and give the analysis of people that is living there, that is staying there. He said 70% of them is from Ebonyi. The remaining 30% is from maybe their people and this. So the Anambra governor believe that he is fighting those from other states that came to destroy their land. Have you seen it? Have you seen exactly what is happening there?
Yeah, well, but they are
not seeing them as their brothers in Biafra land. That is the thing.
But my own take, because there's a reason why I asked this question. Sorry, Mazi. So why I asked this question is that as for the politicians, who is the background noise that the politicians like Soludos and those other mas, they know what they are doing. They are just being manipulative because, first of all, they were put there by the Fulani hijacked Nigerian system. So they are doing what they probably swore an oath to do. So I don't misunderstand that position. But as for our boys who are being used, I can also understand the economic angle that they were able to use financial inducement to entice them to lay them into it. But the big picture that everybody have to know is that Gumi is out just like the rest of them, because he's not alone. I can begin to name all of them to you. Trust me, including the one who is pretending and lying and saying a different thing. But at the end of the day, they are all in it. The Sanusis of this world, the El-Rufai, the Sultan of Sokoto, all of them, they are in it. And it's one thing and one thing alone, that is to Islamize and Fulanize the entire Nigerian space. That is what it's all about. It doesn't matter how they come, which angle they take, that is their main singular objective. Now, Gumi is saying that you arm Igbo youth to fight IPOB. Well, Igbo youth are IPOB. Everybody who is indigenous Biafran is, so that is one. And two, why do they not arm their own youth in the north? People should be asking the hard question. Since over how many years now, we've never seen where, including the time of Wazirike, we've never seen where Biafran liberators, or whatever you want to call them, they go into a school and kidnap children and be demanding billions and millions. Never ever happened till this day. But these guys in the north, the Boko Haram, different Aswa, whatever. From time to time, they come out, they kidnap innocent people, and they buy a lot of them, and they go to military barracks and buy a lot of people. That has never happened. It has never happened. That clearly shows who we are. I don't know why is this difficult for people to differentiate, to understand. Gumi is sponsoring. Hello?
Thank you so much, my brother Christian. You've just made a good point, but I want everybody in this platform to know, when we say that we are at war, some of us don't understand it. Even in their conventional media, I have played a video here where a woman, a journalist, a lady came out and said that, and confirm what we are saying, that there is a war going on in Biafran territory, and that war is the 1967 war. It has continued. In that warfare, they are using every instrument they have, inside and outside. Every one of us in this platform should have that in mind. There is a war going on. In that warfare, they can recruit inside and outside. And we don't have to excuse anybody why you are doing what you are doing. Biafra has already been declared. Today, we are pursuing the full restoration on the ground, and they are throwing in their last card. Everything they have to throw in, they will throw it in. They will throw it in. That is why I don't want any one of us to be distracted, both inside and outside. In any platform where you go to listen to the message of Biafra, please do not focus your attention on the title, on the name on that very platform. Because you see a platform, they write Biafra, you go there. Because somebody is shouting, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra, you go there. Because you see somebody saying, oh, Mazen Nandekano is my leader. Oh, Mazen Simon Ekpa is my leader. Oh, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, you just go there. No. Let your decision be based on your conscience. Before you follow, listen carefully. Apply your common sense to every single thing you hear. In those platforms where you go to listen. It is very easy to identify who is genuinely fighting for freedom and those who are not. Those who are trying to project themselves as super person, superhuman being. Those who are chasing popularity. Those who are dancing from right to left. When something happens, they disappear. You're not going to hear from them. They will take the back seat and tell me that they are waiting to know. You cannot be a broadcaster and you cannot be able to digest and know the truth from the beginning. In the issue of Biafra, so many of us, except you started yesterday, I was following Mazen Nandekano. I started broadcasting for more than 10 years ago, not as a broadcaster attached to anybody, an independent broadcaster. I follow the messages of Mazen Nandekano. After his broadcast, I will come and make my own broadcast. Everything I am saying is based on what I have had, what I have seen, and based on my common sense. Nobody tells me what to say or what to follow. It is easier for me to be able to identify what is happening from the beginning based on common sense and the humanity in me. Likewise, every one of you. We should stop building all this kind of emotional blackmail that they throw at you in a little thing. Because somebody is shouting Biafra, Biafra, you just follow it. Because you see a platform on the right, oh, Biafra this and different that, you just follow. No, it is not that way. If we continue to go on that path, we will continue to deceive ourselves and claim that we are being deceived. That is why most time I say that every decision you make, including when you are listening to me, you will be responsible for it. What I am doing here, what every one of us on this platform today is doing, is to throw out information for you. Broaden your mind. Open up those things you don't want to talk about. And then at the end of the day, you will make the decision yourself. You will make the decision. It remains your decision to make. I don't know why it is difficult for you to understand that somebody that doesn't have anything to offer, all you have to do is that the person that have a roadmap, after the person have drawn the roadmap, you come and you begin to analyze the roadmap. You will tell us why the person is not supposed to do this. Why is not supposed. But you yourself, what are you doing? What is your own template? Nothing. The only content you have is to take what people say, what somebody who is piloting the affair of the Biafra is doing, and you come and begin to analyze it, and you begin to tell us why it is wrong and why it's right. In your own very self, you don't have any template, you don't have anything to present. You are only bringing unnecessary criticism that doesn't have. Criticizing is okay, but when you bring unnecessary criticism that doesn't have a background, that you can't even substantiate or back up, and people keep on listening to these things, it is sad when you see where we are coming from. That is why I say in this platform, it is not about creating a strong man, a strong woman. It doesn't matter your title. It doesn't matter who you are. Our focus is on the rising sun. If you maintain focusing on the rising sun, nobody is going to distract you. Nobody is going to deceive you. No name is going to threaten you. All hail Biafra will not make you misbehave. It will not make you misbehave. You will always follow the common sense and pursue the truth. And it is very easy to know, except when your mind is occupied with envy, jealousy, strife. You can't know the truth, but the truth is always there, shining like the light. My fellow Biafrans, we have been making a call for a very long time for the government of Biafra under Martin Simon Ekpa that is being run today by the Deputy Prime Minister to take action. And that action has started to the glory of God. We saw the movement yesterday. Many bills were signed and the implementation will start by the special grace of God. Every support we need, we have to get, and we will get to the right part. I will allow my brother Akonyo Wetere take the mic and speak to us. Let's just make it simple so that every one of us can be able to occupy. Let's take 2 minutes. Akonyo Wetere, you go ahead and speak to us. If you are free after Akonyo Wetere, then Greg, we go after Greg. Our brother Davis will now come in. So I call you with it.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning, Uncle Chuck.
Welcome, my brother.
Good morning to all my fellow brothers and sisters that are in the platform. Happy weekends to everyone. It's been a while. To your topic this morning and all the contribution that my brothers have spoken have said so far. It's nice that all these things are unveiling every day. I will start from your last submission. I keep on saying that the difficulty we are having in this our struggle, based on the followers, the believers of the struggle, is that so many people, even those that we thought that they are standing right, they fail to dig rightful information. Let me not say information concerning Biafra. They fail to dig out, sort out for themselves the rightful information pertaining the struggle. There's one thing that our brother, the brother that spoke after Uncle Christian, he said that when he went to Bam platform, he was able to analyze his dealings, the way he analyzed things. Seeing that the guy is trying to superimpose, to put words in his mouth, he discovered that the guy is a hypocrite. Now, I want to draw the analogy from there. If you are in this struggle, you have to check the struggle when it started from 1967 to when the so acclaimed defeat of Biafrans happened. And when the struggle beamed up again from 99 during Wazirike, down to Nnamdi, down to DOS, because they hold a sway to an extent before Simon took the struggle from them, down to this current Ulabalu that we are in now. You have to make your own decisions. As you have followed them, where did this leader at this time made his own mistake? This person that I later followed, did this person came to correct the mistake that this leader made? If all these things is what you do for yourself, I don't think that anybody will sway you. But if you are just following because me, Akonye, was to preach to you, you listen from me, you decided to follow because I'm following. Definitely, if Akonye was to withdraw from that place I'm following, you will follow me. But if you withdraw and follow me. But if I preach to you, you go back, check on yourself, make your stand, know the reason why you are following these people.
Absolutely.
You will definitely be on the right stand at any given time. So that is my submission on that side. Now, coming to what we are discussing this morning, we are talking of Gumi. Yesterday, the Federal High Court at Abuja affirmed IPOB as a terrorist organization. I don't know if you have laid hold of that news. So let me talk. Let me just put out my own opinion concerning what is happening in Biafra land now, Anambra and other states, and also connect it with our COS. I will first of all state by saying that God is in control. Uncle Christian always affirms that God is in control in this struggle. And for me to confirm that God is in control, our COS, I'm not trying to praise her or to make her feel that she has arrived, but she's a super intelligent human being. The way she tackles issues proves to me, I don't know of any other person, that she is a leader indeed. And I will move on from there to what happened between Oreniju's and Ada, and the way she attended to the issue raised by these two, our brother and sister. You now see that the woman is really ready to lead. And you now see that those believers, because all religions believe in COS, and that believe in COS, and they are now standing as a journalist, though it has not been officially declared in Biafra land, but they are still they are still upholding our journalism as a country that is being declared. See how they did their journalism. They now attack the information that COS brought out that did not conform well with them as journalists. And COS responded to them as a leader, as a confirmed leader. Not that they did not fear, because they realized that they are a mediator between the leaders and the people that the leaders are leading. Journalists, they are not brand envelope journalism. They are not doing brand envelope journalism. When they see the fault of the citizen, they will bring it out to the public that what the citizens are doing is wrong. When they see the fault of the leader, they will bring it out to the public that what the leaders did here is wrong. And the leader will come not to bash them, but to say, okay, this is the reason why I made this decision, or I will correct it. That is what further affirm that we are on the right stand with this USB that we are operating on. Now, Simon has smarted the DOS, because what Simon did was what DOS supposed to do. But because of the oil in their hands, they started chasing shadow instead of chasing the real human being. Now, Simon has smarted them by, after piloting autopilot, he moved to BRICS, from BRICS and declared Biafra. And countless number of times, Simon said that whatever I do, hold me responsible. That when the IPOB will come to do their normal propaganda, he will say that why are they running away from the truth? He keep on telling Nigeria, stop labeling what BLA is doing to IPOB and stop labeling what the DOS are doing to BLA. But they will not look to that direction. They are now pushing to label IPOB terrorists. And the one Nigerian defender did not come to their realization that IPOB stands for the indigenous people of Biafra, that when you allow the federal government to label the group, you have invariably labeled all Igbo people a terrorist group. That is their own cup of tea. Now, the COS has smarted every of them. I told Adadi Oramma that onwe ihe ndị Baịbụl akpọ Igbo na ị na-achị achazị mmadụ ịsụ ụsa for ndị o, but ịsụ ụsa okwu mmadụ ịdị ọsụla agbapụta etinye ọnụ na say hapụ those sellouts, those gunners. It won't be long. They will get to their seat of DOS seat. And now coming to Anambra, so that I will give chance for others to make their contribution. Let's COS. My own advice to the government is that he should continue on the pace that he's going. And to our defense minister, as they say they want to have an ID, a method of identification to our men on ground, they should continue. You know, during when our PM was much around, DOS, they will sew uniform, go and commit havoc in order to push it to PM. But I love the way our DPM organized herself. She said that when we are done, anyone that we are done, we push it to the public. Let them continue on that recruit that they put out and how to identify our men. Now, I will now see how DOS will send out their voice again to commit something and label it on BLA. They will kill themselves. Forget about all their razzmatazz. They will later catch themselves. They will later kill themselves. And
I think he has a network issue. Akonyo Wethere, I think your network is off. We can't hear you anymore.
I will not stand on this program to say that because because we are looking for our own freedom.
We can't hear you again. I think you're having a network issue. Akonye, are you there? Well, that is one of those things. Sometimes we have these network issues and we have to move on. Maybe in the next time he is going to complete his line of thought. Greg, are you there, Greg? Take up the mic, Greg. Take your 2 minutes or 3 minutes and let's hit it up.
Good morning, my people. Good morning, Biafrans. May God grant us today. Today is the last day of the month. We thank Him for the month of January, and we pray Him for His mercy coming February in 2025. Yes, my people, I have to put my contributions in today's discussion. The topic is this time around is the next thing is for us to defend and secure our territory.
Yes.
That is the question. That is the only job we have now to do. Biafra have been declared. The next job is the main job is to reclaim our land and our territory and move on to govern ourselves. In this, now we can see what is happening. Everybody is forming security outfit. IPOB is parading ESN. Soludo is parading Udo or whatever he call it. So, and the Biafra government, the men on the ground, is trying to get control, not to obey the government of the day, moving in a different directions. While the Biafra government, led by Prime Minister Simon Ekpan, represented by our Dr. DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, is fighting for the recognition of Biafra all over the world. At the same time, fighting to lay solid foundation for the men on the ground, for those that really believe in Biafra. So, my take to that is, in all this, somebody is disturbing, please. The telephone.
Okay. Go ahead, let me mute everybody. Go ahead.
Okay. So, thank you. So, in all this, my first advice goes to the government of Biafra to monitor every single step of every group, to monitor every single step of every group, because we have moved out from a kind of childish play into reality. And if we miss it now, we'll miss it forever. Now, Gumi is advising the Eastern governors to arm the Igbo youths to fight the IPOB. And he not ask himself, who are the IPOB? He not ask himself, what are IPOB fighting for? So, and he's advising the governors, which they know they control them. The Fulanis control the Eastern governors. That's why he will be able to summon his courage to come and tell the Eastern governors to arm the youths in Biafra land to fight the people who are fighting for their freedom, for the freedom of those youth who have no job, for the freedom of those youth whom they are tying like a goat and saving the Fulanis in the land. And he have the courage to tell them, gather your youth to fight the Igbos themselves who want his people to be free. And that is the step Soludo is taking today. He organized security, he called them whatever he like, and they say we are here to fight the Eastern Security Network, and we are here to fight the IPOB. And the Igbos themselves, the youth, they will hear those things and they keep quiet. And nobody asks Soludo the question on that statement. And he moved to the north. The herdsmen, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, Gumi have not been able to organize the northern youths to go to Sanduna Forest or whatever they call them. But Gumi will be able to get billions from the federal government, get billions from the western and get billions from the northern government, and went in and go inside the bush all the time as a negotiator and pay those people money for them not to be terrorizing some of the people that doesn't want them to terrorize for years. And nobody have asked me question. And he's gathering his momentum to come and tell the Eastern governors to gather his youth to fight the IPOB. So that will tell you what we are going through. And that will tell you what is happening in Nigeria. So now, what are our governors doing? The governors is gathering themselves with the organizers, writing petition to hold Simon Ekpan, getting information where nothing happened, forming their own witnesses, their fake witnesses, to present as a witness against Simon, which they will not succeed. So to make sure that what we are fighting for, the freedom we are fighting for, the generation of the Biafran people will not succeed. That they will continue humiliating our people. They will continue marching upon the head and tying our people like a goat and burying them alive. They will continue wasting the blood of the innocent Igbos. Now Gumi is advising them, use your Igbos and fight them. Just like Obasanjo said, I use the Igbo and fight the Igbo. Now the sole men on the ground cannot, even some of them, I'm not saying all of them, some of them have betrayed the struggle. For a man, they called the highest rank in the men on the ground said one time on his tweet that if they annoyed him, that he would turn everything around and they waste all the Biafrans. I have never forgotten that in his word. He wrote on his tweet that if they annoyed him, if they tried to annoy him, that he will make sure that the whole Igbos are wasted. Somebody who says he's fighting for his people. What is that thing that would annoy him? That somebody bring corruption into the struggle, and they will tell him, no, we cannot talk on that line. That everything we do, we must be disciplined. We must give account. Must be accountability of everything we do. So it cannot be like the ways of Nigeria anymore. So anything we do in Biafra, there must be discipline, there must be humbleness, and there must be accountability. And the men on the ground doesn't want it. If these people were real, on my own thoughts, when all these things start coming, and they know the person they say they respect as the PM gave order and said this person will be the person who will be speaking for me. And when he gave that order, this person will represent me. They know he represents him in everything, not just in the declaration of Finland, in everything, both men on the ground, both in finance, both in the government, in any otherwise. That is what the chief of staff will be representing. What did they do? The people who are supposed to be under the chief of staff with the men on the ground, they ganged up against that PM decision and say they create a path They create a level where the person the PM asks to represent him, the level where he can go and where he cannot go. And that is a betrayal to the PM. And they're not seeing it like that. So that is why I say let the government this time, their duty now is to follow up, monitor every single movement of everyone. And if the people they call that still obedient to them on the ground, those who should be extremely careful and monitor everything they do, because the situation we are now is in a very strong, dangerous situation. Because now there's so many groups that is coming up, as Gumi advised them to go and kill themselves. So it is either they get it well now, or that destruction will come against the people of the East if they do not take time. So my advice here is everybody should go on his knees and pray to God to come and God arise and fight this battle. Because the way I'm seeing it and the way I can see, it's only God who will turn everything around. So let's all those people that is on the government monitor the governors now and all the called opposition people, because they are not real. If this man is real, the so-called or whatever you call him, who start pulling hotels and everything down, you tell me that you found 100 hairs and burial ground where you did not invite press, and they will interview those people live, and they will show people with the evidence of what you are doing. You are pulling this hotel down. This is the man that is on this hotel, and these are the burial ground. These are the scars we found in this hotel, and there is evidence within television news, national news, because this is not a small case. And those things, nothing like that. The only thing we see hotel pulling down that he found 100 of his head, because not 100 of our people's head, which is absolutely lie. I'm not supporting any witchcraft doctor, because it's somebody who is not to live. But they cannot kill somebody because they want to position in government. They want to use opposition, fight the opposition by anyhow. If somebody commits crime, let the evidence be shown to the world. And this kind of thing he's talking about is the same thing the world is supposed to see physically. Those shrine with those heads and those burial ground on that hotel, we're supposed to see it, and the press will interview the owner of the hotel. How come all these things? And those things are not done. And Torudo is telling us that he found 100 of his head on that hotel. So we cannot believe him. It's a lie and it's a criminal. So another thing, those people, those security people he's using, God will still turn against them, because you can't kill an innocent person and go free. So that is my little message for this hour. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate you. You just made a very, very important point. And when you talked about that very thing, and that is a very good point you made there. Nigerian government and their supporters are very good in media trial. They are very good in media trial. Why is it that when you got this kind of very, very damning information, why are you not covering it with media? Why are you not allowing those people to speak? Why are you not showing out everything? You only come and write, you saw this, and you saw that, and you saw that, and you show pictures. You have your media. You are very good in media trial. Why is the media not going there? Show us the grave, show us the owner of the hotel. Let each and everyone speak up for themselves. That is what justice is all about. If they are found guilty, they will face the consequence of the law, and the full wrath of the law will come upon them. You don't just come and frame up something and tell us and expect us to believe, when we know that the only thing that the government of Nigeria supports is lies, lies, and lies. You're welcome, my brother Davis. Go ahead and speak to us, David Chidozie. Thank you. Sorry for keeping you for this long. Please go on and talk to us. Let's hear from you, Davis Chidozie. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Am I supposed to unmuted?
Okay, go ahead. I can hear you now. I've unmuted you. Go ahead.
Unmuted me. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my brother Chooks. God bless you. Fellow comrade in the studio, I want to greet every one of you for all your contributions. I've been here listening to all the contributions, and all of them worth listening to. You guys have done. Brother Chooks, thank you for this platform. You see, there's one thing about you. You discuss ideas and events. You don't discuss people. And that is one thing I so much love and appreciate. Fellow Biafrans, you see, what has been happening to us is something we have to, apart from all discussions, talking, and everybody knows what is happening, everybody has solutions, but there is no solution. The truth is we have to really calm down as a people who feel we have understood our problem, and then withdraw consciously a map, a way to escape this. We are in trouble. Do you know that? Let me start from home. Ndị Igbo si that na oke nọ n'ụlọ wu oke nke ga-agwarịrị oke nọ n'ahịa na azụ nọ na ngịga. What am I saying? First of all, let me point out Honorable Juice and DPMDrNgoziOrabueze just to clear it, because everybody, let me just give my own here. I have personally, in his platform, written to him, let me just be fully young man. In fact, let me tell us, stated with his word, Trump must be the president, or his son, rather, that become the president of the United States of America 2025. I bet with it, and I won it. I told him in his platform. But I also told him that sometimes, because you have made yourself to be an independent, so what happens to government has to be verified.
Your voice is breaking up. Your voice is breaking up. We can't hear you clearly. Check your device.
All right. Thank you. Are you hearing me now?
Yeah, better.
Okay. So I said, during the case of Emmanuel Oremijus, like I said, he is a friend. I followed him. I love this guy. I bet with his prophecy of Trump, and I won the betting. Because I know the events that led for him to have that prophecy. This is just to tell you how long I've been following him. But I also wrote to him in his platform. Being an independent broadcaster, something that happens in the government has to be verified carefully and cautiously before you come out to give the news, because people follows you. Irrespective of the fact that you have been in the struggle, how long you've been in the struggle, what you have passed through the struggle, you could even be the pioneer of the struggle. It doesn't really matter. Then it was a struggle. Now it's a government. Government you don't want. You can only give ideas, or advice, or suggestions. And there are things and ways and events you can give to government directly, not openly, like this is social media. That well settled. Coming to DPMDrNgoziOrabueze, she's a very, very good person, very lovely woman, doing the things she knows how to do very, very best, and she's doing it very wonderfully well. But government now, we have ministerials, areas of jurisdiction. As a teacher of children, or whatever position you are, or whatever thing you do in life, when they bring children inside your school, you'll be in control of those children. When they take the children out of the school, you are no longer in control. Jurisdiction, area of your own jurisdiction, the area you operate, where you is where other people stand. So there are certain things, if you don't know about it, you don't come out to start talking. You ask some advice, just like Remiju, some advice could be inside, because the people we are fighting for, some of them are, you are fighting for them, some of them are waiting for you to just go wrong, and then they use it against you. That is the kind of people, and that is the kind of environment we find ourselves, unfortunately. Now, that's settled. When you come home to what is happening at home with this Soludo hotel, the area of this hotel
and events that happens there. There's something Bible says. See, everything is turning around for our own good. Exactly. They said that during Simon, Simon is the one causing all the security, all the kidnap. So look, what happens now? That hotel was not built today. That grace there was not built that very day. No, this Simon has happened. Simon so hotel. This has happened and has been happening. And Simon is not in the picture, but it was discovered that it has been happening. So who is? So all we needed to do for those people who wants to be of a good truth is to get this thing as evidence. It is even good that Nigerian media does not show it, just to prove how they don't show what happens to our place. Are you connecting the dot now? God is wonderful. Those things they do as mistake or they do intentionally is going to be in our favor. Absolutely. What do I mean? What do I mean? So Ludo, this has been happening. And you said all the security in your state is caused by Simon Ekpa. Does it cause this one? No. Now the media in Nigeria, you've been accused that you don't show what happens in the Biafra land. And you say you do. You do, right? Now what happens to the state governor? Now show. What happens? We are not there to cover it. Finland will have all this information and compare and contrast. The truth, we are standing on the truth. Simon Ekpa has worked diligently on truth, and the truth shall set us free. Truth will set him free. Nnamdi Kanu has worked diligently on truth. Truth shall set us free. Truth shall set them free. For the Bible says that they shall know the truth, and the truth shall set them free. Nnamdi Kanu said that the motto of this IPOB is whiter than white and whiter than snow. How I wish, had we known to follow this truth, we would have been at home by now. Yes. It's just at any point in time, the devil will come, whose job is to destroy, whose job is to kill, maim, and he's using our people to kill, maim, and destroy us. Look at what happened. How does this thing begin? How does this saga begin? If you have been following Nnamdi Kanu, fellow good Biafrans, listen to us, please. If you have been following this Nnamdi Kanu, unfortunately for me, I started by year 2018, 2019, but I have been following him day in, day out. Seconded by Simon Ekpa, day in, day out. I don't miss it. Sometimes I miss you, self. We go 247, yes? But these two people, I don't miss them. Why? Because if you are somebody whose heart has been adjust. You see, that's what you call tuning. When you tune radio, you tune to get a nice channel. So if your heart has been attuned to the right channel of truth, you will know that they are speaking the truth. You don't need to be convinced. This thing all began when IPOB was proscribed. Who are the people who prescribe IPOB? It's Ohanes and Igbo, the governors. And what was their fear? What was their fear? That Nnamdi Kanu will make them at one time now, they will not be governors again. They will be removed. You see, their foolishness is what we are suffering today. Hausas and Fulanis who wanted to a way of conquering us capitalize on this thing and has never since that day prescribed their own. They call them bandits. And our own political scientists, the people that went to school, our own lawyers, the people that read a lot, has not been able to see the reason to ask them to prescribe their own or they prescribe what they have prescribed. Up to today, they don't. Why? Because based on the prescription, they are invited one separately in Abuja and give some money as to thank them. And you remember, the people that prescribed us is somebody like Omai and Wike. Wike is now claiming that he's not Igbo but he has prescribed Igbos. And our judiciary system has nothing to do about it. You see, Ebubago, when the Ebube goes, Ago has nothing to offer. We have been cornered into the stream that we cannot swim out of. Honestly, look at what they are doing. The same Soludo is the man who went to Abuja and said he had a picture with Nnamdi Kanu, this and that, as the man who loved him so much, who could get there. Here is the same man who came back now and tell us that Nnamdi Kanu will not be, should not be allowed to come out soon because election is coming, and he knows that Nnamdi Kanu has not changed his mind. So they are just playing with us, thinking that they are playing with us, but they are playing with themselves eventually. And now he is the one now who told us that these people has been given to them to pay, to be paying them Eastern Security Network. And now he has come to form another security because the election is coming, because he wanted to use it to intimidate people, because he wanted to use it to despise oppositions, because he wanted to use it to get himself what he wanted. And most importantly, to make sure that the election goes through in the state. And our people are not seeing it. Now, tell me the foolishness of our people. You see, if you go through the history of Russians, when Russians were doing some of the what do they call it? What do you call it? When you are just like what we are doing, you know, saying we don't want this, we don't want that, the most agitation. When the Russians, because of the way Russians believe, what they did is they started from the nursery school, kindergarten, and gathered those children from nursery to Otakara, primary school to secondary, and arranged them and push them in front of the soldiers, and the teachers were marching in between them. So if you want to shoot us, shoot your children as well. And when the general saw that children, their those kids, just the generations involved, they dropped their gun and said, "Look, man, if these children could demonstrate and say, oh, you don't what you are doing, what do you want to shoot them?" But people is trying to reason. Money, that's some root of evil. That's a look at those guys. They give them gun to go and who are those people they are killing? IPOB. What is IPOB? Indigenous. Have you seen where an indigenous people is being prescribed? And this is the foolishness of our leaders. When you talk of people that are foolish, none of our leaders can even be brave as Onyago, Ebubago, Urefa, Gala Senate in Abuja. Can you know that? Except we are white. Yes, this is behavior of conquered leaders. When your leader is being conquered, what do you expect? They have been cornered into believing and accepting what they don't know to be what they know. They don't know what they are doing, but they think they know what they are doing. Unfortunately, when you bring our issue to some other people and they look at what is happening, they just laugh at our leaders. Most of these things, our leaders should not even welcome it. Gumi is giving them advice because they needed advice. Don't blame Gumi. Why don't they give Gumi advice on what happens to their own, they call bandit? They cannot. They don't have the guts. They don't have the braveness. They don't have what it takes. But Gumi has the guts, has the braveness, what it takes to give them advice. Just like they give them advice on how they should drill their oil and bring the money to Abuja and come back to Abuja and take a part of it home. You see, men that are not men who claim that they are men. That is, by the way, that's said and done. Our men knows what to do. Nobody should give them advice. We have government and we have our generals and we have their leader until their leader says he cannot handle them again. The problem we have is everybody want to advise where you're supposed and supposed not to advise. We should stop it. This is a government now. Now, if we want to really solve our problem, we should go and hold these people now that we know that are hired recently to obstruct, to interrupt, and to procrastinate our fully restoration, which is this group that after the third attempt, okay, let me start from the first attempt. The fourth attempt is the second day, 2 days after they know that our prime minister has been invited for questioning, they brought a memo. And what was that memo? To get the new leader. This is an act of insubordination. Look, we are not here to say I am not here to paint anything. It's an act of insubordination. If we don't know what insubordination is, or the things that can be done to say that this is an act of insubordination, we go and find out. Google. People leave your Facebook, leave your YouTube for a few minutes. Use that few minutes and go to look for the word subordination. What it means. After telling you the meaning, they will now give you examples and instances of what could be said to be something like that.
Yes.
Now, that one does not work. The next plan is to interrupt, disorganize the redeclaration. They were waiting on the 3rd, on the 2nd. It happened on the 29th. It became a surprise. The group, do you know that these people had a very long hour of meeting a day before they came to the media? Which is how many days after the declaration they came? They had a very big meeting to agree to come to the media. And what do they come? The last plan of action, the last one, which is the last thing they know they could do, is to bring this conflict resolution. And you cannot invite them where there is peace. Their primary objective is to settle disputes. And if there is none to settle. How do we get them in? Is to create one. So they came out. The frontiers of this thing, the main Q plotters. You see, when they said they plotted the Q Nigeria, there is Igbo people, they count, and then they discovered this one is the main figures of these Q plotters, which is 3 principal person or 4. They know their names. We all know their names. Now, they came out on the media to create that conflict. When we are rejoicing, when we are happy, when we are celebrating, to create that conflict, there's nobody, none of us know that there's a conflict, and there was none. Because when you see what is in Finland, even there was a problem, it was handled professionally. Even there, when there was some problems inside, the one that our prime minister handled was handled professionally. Everybody seemed to understand. Everybody seemed to, so it was settled. So when did this one come up? They created it in order to invite this CRC. Unfortunately, they failed because CRC has no power to come in under the prime minister. He can settle cabinet members meeting conflict, but not prime minister or deputy prime minister in conflict. Why? Because these 2 figures are on top of them. You don't settle a conflict, and there was none to settle. So they created this thing, these shenanigans, in order to be doing all these things. And that is exactly when you are given money to deliver. And you know that if you don't deliver, the agreement is if you don't deliver, you are going to be dealt with. You have to do anything to deliver, even if it means doing what you are not supposed to do. And that is what they are doing. They are entangled with, from the money they are given, what could come out of it if they don't do it, and what they are doing. And that is what they are suffering. So when they die, don't think that it's their cause or something. No, it's the betrayal of this particular nation that kills them. The cost is very heavy. Absolutely. This is what they are doing. This is what they're coming to do in order to create this thing, so that the idea of inviting prime minister, which Finland knowingly or unknowingly, because of the evidence that we are giving, and let me tell us, please. Here in UK, if report is coming on your behalf, whether you know about the report, whether you are involved about what the report says or you are not, but in as much as that report is kept coming, after a while, you are going to be invited and questioned based on the report that is coming from you. And the type of report that comes against you is going to give a, how do I say it? Is going to determine the number of days or how your case is going to be handled. But you know what? The righteous shall always come victorious.
Exactly.
All these things they do, this is their last shot. The major thing is for this Biafra declaration not to happen. Now it has happened. Now, all those things they brought as the evidence, we have our own evidence, And if we don't have enough, please, all these things that is happening, the January, the killings, or those things, please gather those information. Prime Minister is not there, and it was happening. And that is what Prime Minister has come out to stop. This one is an accusation that Prime Minister is the cause of all those things. Now, the issue is saying that it's not Prime Minister because it's happening. Hotel has been built. That hotel was not built 2 years ago. It's been there. That grave was not dig 2 years ago. So these are the things they have, our Prime Minister have seen and wanted our people to be safe, no matter where it's coming from. So God is really on his throne. If Finland is going to do all they are going to do, and let me tell us, it's not easy, irrespective of what we want to shout. When they are doing good, this country does this country does that. During the Biafran Nigerian war, the money that they wanted to use to build their church, they said no, they cannot build church of God where the children of God are perishing. They diverted that money to Biafra land. There are just 2 countries, them and Ireland. If you don't know, go and find out. Now, you know what happens with our national anthem and those things. They're involved. Everyone is staying in Europe. Can the country you are staying with allow you, give you the grounds to come and declare your country from their country? How many countries can do it? We that we live in UK here, that it could even colonize and it's in Nigeria like nothing. Can they do it? So all these things is what we have to know. The job has been done. The job, thank God, the job has been done. Instead of us to be here shouting, looking for country to criticize, now that we know, is to gather ourselves. The meetings that we need to meet, show the ones we have to not to show to people who don't understand, because everybody is not following the same pace, and gather strength, momentum, what it takes to go and defend that our land. Now, decentralization is the best. Oh, look, our people should state by state, state by state, state by state. Some state has more capacity. State by state. Onye na state mara state ye. Onye na family mara family. Ima rozo piano dia. Why you state by state is ka state and you power. Uni mara bush akpa. Mara bush me ha urebito. Any day nyamaka wete nyamaka. Enwe general commander gado anokwa. So yeli emechazie motechi onwa anyi. Between us. We saw what happened yesterday. She didn't come up and impose anything. It was voted for. And the voting is 99.999% yes. From every angle. All of us again knows that Mazit Nanikanu says, we are almost there. Nambola wine patanija. No biele. You that is in Europe, me that is in Europe knows that if 3 people approaches a bus from the bus stop, and then you have a child, and then you have a wife, a woman, and you have a man, the last person to enter that bus is the man. Otherwise, the driver will look at you somehow. You and me know that if me and your wife go to an office without telling them that we are wife, but it's woman and man, and we go to tender paper, the first person that will enter that office is a woman. In Europe, I've been 3 to 4 countries in Europe. You know this, all these things we know it. So think in Europe, think in Africa na akokwa, think in Europe na akokwa. Omuho ndi ha ngutara nguta. Ya go say na onwe di ha ehun we all just I want to talk. I know it. Everybody knows it. Which is what I am trying to see now in the media, because media people, apart from the governmental medias, other medias, everybody, is it because of the money? Or because of you are invited to be part, to know what is happening, to know how to be guided, just to be guided. Be guided to know what to say, when to say it, how to say it. For the time being, you said no, you want to be on your own, and then you want to tell even the government what is happening inside them. As if it's not through prophecy, it's through what you know. Come on, man. And yet, all these things, you have not seen the solution that could solve all this problem. Come on, man. Let us help ourselves. And here we roll to the point where every Tom and Dick come and guide, come and support, come and bring that your power, bring her. She's going for us and she's getting there. All we need to be is to back up immediately. If we back up and get it right, we'll be home this year. If we continue to fool ourselves and continue to talk on internet and continue to, everybody knows it, everybody wants his own ideas to be what is on the table, we are going to be fooling ourselves. And do you know what? The people are media, but they are on the ground doing something.
Yes.
Do you know that they have phone, but they don't come in media? Do we know that? They have phone, they don't come in. Look at Congo. If Congo is coming on the media to tell us that their rebel is going to fight, government will go and block them. But they took them unawares. So our own media and the marahi la ako no sini ebele erizie. Look at our position in Nigeria. Do you know that now part of Nigeria now, or even before one Igbo give me tiaka asege ha omo Igbo gielo now ya uzi eja ererog omo yahoo ftakporo anyhow. Because our men are doing what to say. Politically, I didn't hear pastor. Socially, I didn't hear pastor. Force and young world. Security we don't have. Strength we are divided. Individually, yes, but what has individual? Obikobana they road how as an individual. The law blocked them. So go individually when he's more strength. So we know, so Bikonu, let us, I divine and miss. God won this woman. Biko, well done. What do we need now more? What do we need now more? Not on social media. And then we, the men, will gather and look for that very thing. Go with try Hancho. She has the capability. Do you know that a letter woman in Europe? People because she be educating our people the more. It has gone to the last stage. The last stage is she's doing now, presenting our letters, and the letters are going down well. Letter one in Europe because they know the value of or the power of woman. They know the power. I'm surprised in Bovan Van Bele wine. But I don't wine in Europe. What could not do it? Oh, let's not go there. I don't want to go there. There's no need. It's it's people that talk about people they are the lower class of people. When you discuss people, you're supposed to discuss ideas. So, my brother, being on your channel platform, I don't want to discuss that which you don't discuss. Not as if you don't know them, but you find it not what it doesn't worth discussing in your platform. So I don't want to go there. Please, Biafrans, with all due respect, please, we have identified our problem. We have known where we are going, the route we are taking to get where we are going. All that we need to is to make sure that we keep going there fast. And all that we needed to do get there fast, if we don't know, we should ask the person who is leading us in order to get there fast. The fast will even get us bypass some of these tasks. If they are cooking. Toludo does not, after eating the one he has eaten, he wouldn't want to come out there with joy, just go out there. Hope also the man doesn't want to go out there with just no. But after everything he has spent, he wants to get it back. But they need to live for us to. They need to leave those places for us to be alive, if it is what it takes. So, what we do, we support this person who is leading us. Our prime minister have told us that our freedom is coming from abroad, and that the abroad people are making things to happen. The people at home are. They are defenseless. They don't have defense. They are defenseless. So what do? They listen to the people who are leading them from abroad. Once we get the necessary documentation, and if the force is to come from abroad, by His grace, God will provide. Meanwhile, us, Ugo, please encourage our supporters here to find necessary means to ask, if not directly through the platform, what what? Apart from the money, other things we need to do, to put in place to defend this our land. That will now make us human beings. Otherwise, we can talk from here to tomorrow, claim what we think I can claim. We can handle the we are all getting old in another person's land. How many of them do you have? How many South African old people do you have in Nigeria? How many Chinese? How many Russians? How many Italians? How many this? Because why you know that also? And I like failure on. And you will receive here. My work, my wine. Wine was in the joke. It's very painful. Very, very painful. Yeah, I heard the game my boy also.
It is sad, my brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I appreciate
so much. I appreciate you for that very wonderful, wonderful, wonderful line of thought. You have just opened so many things up, and I believe that Biafrans enjoyed all the speech and they were getting the points. This is what we do in this platform, as I have always said. Once you are here and you are listening, you are going to see books opened. It's on you to be able to make your decisions what you want. Just like the Deputy Prime Minister have said in one of her speeches that I played, I always play at the beginning of my program. Those clips that I play is to make people know where we stand and where we are. We are not here to force you to make up your mind or to force you into something else or to change your opinion. You are entitled to your opinion. But one thing you should have at the back of your mind is that whatever decision you make, you will be responsible for it. And there will be a consequence for any decision you made. There will be a consequence. The Biafra declaration has been made. This is something that our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano cried for and begged for. Most of his dreams have been achieved. Mazen Nandekano has been begging for referendum. And when it comes to the time of the new dimension, the referendum was given to him by the Biafrans themselves. We conducted it. They laughed at it. They called it irrelevant. But at the end of the day, the whole world watched the evidence of the referendum. And more than 50 million Biafrans voted online and offline. The declaration of Biafra that we have been looking up to has been done on the 29th of November. When they saw that Master Simon Ekpa is not going to stop, they used their diplomatic long legs to see if they can delay us. But we are not delayed. Instead of delaying it, we brought it closer. Instead of second, we made it on the 29th. And today, we are moving forward, unstoppable. And when you watch yesterday's program, if you watch our yesterday's program, you will see that it is still the project of Mazen Nandekano and Mazen Simon Ekpa going forward. And to remind you that that thing you watched yesterday is the actual template of where to go, how to go, and what to do. If you have not watched it, go and watch it again. Many bills were signed, voted for, and approved yesterday. We are taking over our land. There are bills that were voted on, taxing the people that have businesses in Biafra land, including the oil companies and all whatnot. Firstly, voluntarily, to show you how diplomatic the Biafrans are and have always been. We are not the people that are too autocratic or begin to take things out of it. Voluntary tax, both for the non-citizens, the companies, and the citizens, voluntary tax. And we're going further to strengthen the defense of Biafra land through some other vote that was done on the structure of our defense, how it's going to be. And the men on the ground, everyone will know where he or she belongs. Because one of the most important things we have to do is to take care of the men on the ground. The government of Biafra is very, very, very ready to do that. And we must to do that legally under the law. Don't forget, we are running a government and there are international law that guides the government. Some of us are not paying attention to all these international laws. If you watch the way Mazi Simon Ekpa was going, before Mazi Simon Ekpa got the boldness to speak about the Liberation Army openly and post their activities, there was a government. The Biafra government in exile. We went further and we went further. From that government in exile today, we are in the United States of Biafra. From yesterday, you saw a vote that was casted, and that vote have ended completely everything that has to do with the Biafra government in exile. We were able to use it effectively, and we achieved a lot to build the structure of the government we are today. And today, our constitution vote was casted yesterday to begin to extract some important part of that constitution and begin to implement it. And the votes were overwhelming. What you are seeing today is a move into the reality of Biafra. It is no longer a dream, no longer a wish. We are acting it out. And that is why the Deputy Prime Minister have said, in this government today, if you are still hiding, you don't know where you are. Everything today is being done in the open. For you to run a government, we are not running a secret society. It is a government that will deal and cooperate with other governments of the world. We cannot operate as an island. We are going to mingle and associate with other governments of the world to achieve our end. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are watching this program from, I want you to be prepared for what is coming. There was a speech that Mazi Simon Ekpa made before. I played it in the beginning of this program, and I'm going to play it again. Let us listen to that speech before we go to the roundup and conclusion of this program. Let's listen to this speech.
I want to make it very clear this evening that those who align with the Nigeria government to undermine the legitimate interests of Biafra people, especially in the liberation phase of Biafra, we are not going to allow them to have peace within Biafra territory. Because they are aligning with the enemy who killed our people and commit genocide in our land. And what they do is to fight against our common interest. We should not and can never be remorseful. We are going to deal with them decisively by uprooting those individuals who, by the pen, approve the invasion of Biafra land and making it possible for the Nigeria terrorist security agencies to lay siege on Biafra soil. Regardless of their status, we don't engage later after Biafra has gotten its independence. The idea of the struggle, of the face of this struggle at this point, is to liberate Biafra holistically. Because if we don't do it now, it may undermine the development of Biafra when we go into the second phase of the civil war, with the internal civil war after Biafra independence. And we cannot allow that to happen. We have the potential to develop at the fastest rate, more than any country in the world. These people must be driven out of Biafra land and never to set their foot on Biafra soil.
That is exactly where we are today. Those who are trying to hinder the restoration of Biafra. The step to push them out of Biafra land completely was what you just saw yesterday. The Biafrans are ready to take charge of the land of Biafra. You saw many bills that were passed and votes were cast to take absolute and total control of our land. And we must do that. In doing that, your support is needed. You must support the United States of Biafra the best way you can. Support prayerfully, support financially, support morally. There must be something you are doing. You must pick up a responsibility at this particular point in time. We have come a long way, and there is no going back. You can see the enemy of Biafra throwing everything at us. And when you see what is happening on their media today, I have said it several times on my program, that the freedom of our Supreme Amazon Nnamdi Kanu lies in our hands. When you hear that Nigerian government, through their court, is affirming the prescription of IPOB, even at this very delicate time, you will understand that the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand, is in my hand. If you are paying attention to what is happening, you will understand that the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is in your hand, is in my hand. And the only way to guarantee his freedom is following the template of the new dimension. Defending this mandate that was put in place by the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, that today Dr. Ngozi is stepping in for him. Only that will guarantee the freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, the genuine freedom of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. My fellow Biafrans, do not look back. Tomorrow, today is Friday. Remember, today we are having the ID card program for those who have not gotten their ID card. If you have not gotten your ID card, or you still want to apply for your ID card, or you are having an issue with the ID card, remember the program that is going to be held today by 7 p.m. Biafra time. Be in that Zoom. Very, very important. This program is a very important program. Many people have been calling me to ask about their ID card. Many have been calling, some how to apply, some are asking that they have applied, they have not gotten their ID card. Those questions you are asking, please, and please, don't miss the program of today. Don't miss the program of today that is going to be held by 7 p.m. Biafran time. The secretary in charge of that very affair is going to be online on a Zoom meeting, live, to answer every question. USB/Brigi improved pending ID card presentation, 31st January, 7 p.m. Biafran time. It is going to happen today. Today is 31st. Secretary of Interior and Homeland Secretary, Honorable Dr. Dorothy Anthony, is going to be the one to make the presentation. I know so many people are interested in the ID card. So many want theirs. So many have seen the process of getting it is a little bit difficult. And so many questions that people are asking, and some that their own is still pending. Please be on that program by 7 p.m. so that you can ask your question. Also tomorrow, state fundraising tomorrow. Be in that state fundraising. Make sure you support your state, regardless where you live. Support your own state. The defense of Biafra land today is paramount. The primary objective of every government in this planet Earth is to protect the life and property of its own people. And that is what the government of Biafra is doing. And we continue to do until we get home completely. Please pay attention and play your own part. Do not allow anybody to distract you or deceive you. Focus on the rising sun. Only that is going to guarantee your freedom. My beloved brother Greg, I'll allow you to give your speech and your closing remark as we round up the program today. My beloved brother Greg, if you're there, let's hear from you, Greg. Give us your speech and your closing remark at the same time so that we can round up. Go ahead, my brother Greg.
Thank you so much again, my brother Choose. It's another pleasure again to say, my people, do not be tired. Ike agwụ n'ụnụ n'ọrụ. Ike agwụ n'ụnụ n'ọrụ. N'ihi na onye ọrụ nwere ụgwọ.
Yes.
We will not be tired. There is a word the last speaker, I think from England, said that for a woman to represent us and for a woman to declare Biafra, for me in person, from the one, I see it as a sign and a symbol that a woman delivered Biafra. A woman delivered Biafra, and in the Western world, they respect women. Any office that our lady enter in this Western world, I believe you me, they will listen to her.
Definitely.
They will listen to her as long as that opportunity is given to her to do it. So, for me, I think it is God's will that the woman start knocking on every door now before our PM will come. And that shows the world that the word Biafra stands for is 100% democracy and freedom of men and women. That we don't discriminate. That a woman is a president today does not stop that woman to respect her husband. It makes no sense. A woman does not worship the husband, but she respects her husband fully and give the husband honor. While God remains the owner of husband and wife. So any person that is having in mind or thinking she is a woman, millions of men in this Biafra land have not achieved what she as a woman have achieved. So I don't know what makes you to be greater. Everybody come on this age by God's will. And if God sent you as a man, use the talent as a man and do what God have assigned you. And if God sent you as a woman, remain the woman you are and do what God have assigned you to do. Do not use it to because God give you that talent and respect your husband, a man on your side. That shows not having discipline. And I see our CEO as a person with a very, very high disciplined woman. So, please, Biafrans, gather yourself, carry this message to the mountains that we want to go home. Time to go home is here. There is no more time to sleep. Let us hustle and go home. If in your father's land, whatever you see, you eat. See, as there's video that I saw this morning that on the deportation from some people from this country, Germany, some people died. Even the pig is somebody who is on some people on the hospital on the sick bed. They didn't care. They put him on the plane and sent him home. And the process, he died. And I heard about 2 of them died in Nigeria. You know. So why? And when you check why they accepted them at the airport, probably they might be the Igbos or from Edo State or the Yorubas, possible. They accepted them at the airport. Somebody carrying a drip and some equipment from the hospital, they put in a deporting flight to Nigeria. So what kind of insult have Nigeria not given to his citizens? Which kind of insult and stress. Millions die on the desert. And somebody is still parading himself as a president and as a governor. And is still planning to kill the remaining ones that are still surviving in that evil land. So my people, if any person that is hearing about the bell and the ring of freedom and you are still waiting for someone to come and consult you, you will go down like that man in the Bible that say, I will go and make another barn because of his crops are so many. So that let his soul rejoice. And he will die before those things he prepare. Before that his barn. So let every Biafrans, little you have, contribute. Whatever you have is not little. Give courage to the government and let the people who are fighting, who volunteer, who sacrifice their life, never regret what they are doing, except the evil ones that God will fish out among us. So Biafrans, I encourage you, be strong and encourage our mommy, the mother of Biafrans. Give her courage, give her respect, and she will do with her all her might and breastfeed the new baby she delivered. Thank you, my brother Chus, and thank you all the Biafrans, and may God bless our leaders. Nandekan bless Simon Ekpa, bless Dr. Ngozi, the DPM, bless all the cabinets and all the medias and those who are contributing in anyhow. Let God never leave them or forsake them. May God never leave them, any of them, empty-handed. That is my prayer. And feed them with your wisdom. That this wisdom will bring us home. And we will have peace in our land and with our neighbors. That is my prayer this afternoon. I pray in the name of Jesus that I believe. Amen. And I say amen. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you, Bro Greg. Thank you so much for that amazing speech and prayers. And my fellow Biafrans that are watching, wherever you are watching from, I appreciate every one of you that have participated on this program from the beginning to the end. Please, if you have not yet liked or shared this program, you are not doing us any well. If you are not sharing this program, you are part of the problem. The social media network is not helping us to promote our program. So each time you join us, we urge you to at least share to one person. Make sure you bring this program to one person. Make sure that you make at least one person to see this program. You never can tell who is going to come across it. When you share on your platform, no international media is reporting our situation. No conventional media is speaking on. No independent media is doing it. It is we, the United States of Biafra media, that is presenting our case to the world the way it should be. So help us like and share. It will go a long way to spread the gospel and to make people know our plight. May Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect everyone that has participated on this program today. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect you, secure you throughout the weekend. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Njoko, and our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandekan. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will guide and protect every one of you wherever you are, secure you, give you more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nandekan, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. NgoziOrabueze, shall prosper. I appreciate everyone that have been part of this program. Thank you so much for being part of it. And I will see you again tomorrow by the grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama. If you have time, you can also join us on Biafra Exodus Hardtop TV. We will be there in the evening. Thank you and stay safe. Okay.
ga-emekwa gị daa n'ike. A sịkwana Chineke na enweghị ihe ọ ga-eme maka ọ ga-eme gị nwụọ n'ike. Hope a sịkwana na ọ dịghị ihe Chineke ga-eme, ọ ga-emekwa ya ịfụnanya. Ise n'igwe na nwere ihe ọ ga-eme maka Biafra, ọ ga-eme ya ịfụ ya n'anya. Ịghọtago? Etu a ka ọ dị. Ịghọtago? Ọnwa pie. Ogbugo ọtụtụ anwụgo.